Welcome to Clubhouse VIP. This is episode 33. My name is Woody, and tonight I'm joined with Pro K. What's up, man?
What's up?
All right. Jam-packed show tonight. A lot has happened over the last couple of days. We have Monday Night Football. Well, actually on Sunday too. There was an egregious call on Tom Brady. Well, the call wasn't on Tom Brady. We don't know who it was. We didn't do that research.
It was David Carr.
No. I'm talking about the Tampa game.
Oh, it was Tom. It was on Tom Brady.
No, well, the play happened on Tom Brady. The call wasn't on Tom Brady. A roughing the passer call. I mean, you can't tackle Tom Brady. Apparently, did you see the play?
You can't tackle any quarterback. I saw both. Yeah, I saw both of them. I saw the Raiders play live.
Right. Yeah, I saw that live.
It was
too.
like, oh, is it a fumble? And then they come out and they're like roughing the passer.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, what?
So watching seeing the replay of the Tom Brady hit, I was like, well, what do you expect? That wasn't a penalty in my opinion. But then Monday night, they took it to a whole new level. So Mr. Chris Jones, he's a big guy. I don't have his height and weight in front of me, but I think he's an interior lineman, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a monster.
He's probably a 300-pounder. And
yeah,
he came around the outside and wasn't the blind side, but he came kind of from behind. The angle was kind of from behind, and he hit Carr. It was right when Carr was throwing. It just happened to be the perfect time to where there was a natural fumble that happened, and it ended up in Chris Jones' breadbasket. And I think he went from tackling David Carr, which wasn't even a hard hit. It wasn't like he decleated him. He just kind of landed on him. But I think his focus went from tackling Carr to securing the ball once he found out, oh, look, I've got a football on my chest. But he landed all his weight on Carr. And I go back to that's like the Matt Stafford tackle that Andrew, remember him? Was it the playoff game? Was it a playoff game? I don't even know. There was that one game where he like broke his collarbone on a hit like that, and he like went up there and like toughed it out to score a touchdown. You remember that? It was several years back now.
It's hard. Matt Stafford is hurt every other game.
But there was a very specific game that he got credit for basically being a super tough guy because he had a broken collarbone. They were in a 2-minute offense, no timeouts. They completed a pass. Some guy was same sort of tackle. A guy landed on him and fell all his body weight on him and broke his collarbone, but he got up and finished the drive. I think all he ended up doing was handing the ball off. And he ended up having a broken collarbone. But that's the type of hit that happens. It's the ground and then the 300 pounds on top, and the shoulder dislocates, the collarbone breaks. It's an awkward angle that you land on.
Mm-hmm.
So they called the personal foul, and you don't see Andy Reid get too upset on the sideline, and he was losing his mind, just like everybody else was.
It was the maddest I've seen fans at a game since I think it was the Chiefs that the Browns were. It was either the Chiefs or the Jaguars that the Browns were playing, and they started chucking bottles at the referees, the fans.
Well, I know the Jaguars chucked them at the players because there was a guy that tried to go into the stands when that happened. Was it the Browns? I don't know who they played.
The Browns got boned and by the officials, and they just started throwing. That's what changed professional sports events from having bottled beer.
Right.
The Browns fans chucking them at the referees.
Well, I understand they're trying to protect the players and they're trying to protect the quarterbacks. And to be honest with you, like, something has to be done because nobody wants to watch 18 weeks of football with a bunch of Cooper Rushes playing. You know, like these guys are in commercials. They're on the cover of video games. You want to see Patrick Mahomes playing football. You want to see Aaron Rodgers playing football. You want to see Tom Brady playing football. You don't want to see their backups playing. There's too much money involved. I mean, all of it. There's a reason why they're doing it, and I get it. I mean, even in that Chiefs game, I remember there was a play to where the defensive end's name escapes me from the Raiders, but he caught Mahomes. He just hugged him. He just hugged him. Like they didn't even fall to the ground. Like they blew the whistle immediately. Like as soon as he grabbed him, Holmes was like backpedaling. You know what I mean? It was like one of those bear hugs, and they blew the whistle. The guy didn't even get tackled, right? So like I don't mind that. That's not a problem. But,
well, it's the like the Raiders tackled Patrick Mahomes in a similar way in the second half that Brady was tackled, and it wasn't called.
Oh, really?
Very similar. I think Barstool they overlaid them on a tweet on top of each other and said, "Tell me the difference between these two."
Tom Brady is going to get special treatment. He always has. I mean, he's like, what is he? 45? He's like 44 or 45 years old, I think.
He's an old fella.
Also, he's a statue back there. I think I don't know if it's so much the age of the quarterback or the specific quarterback. I don't want to go down a conspiracy theory rabbit hole, but I think it's easier. Like if the quarterback has a fighting chance with his legs and his agility, I think the referees are going to let the hit slide a little bit more. If it's a guy that has no mobility whatsoever, whether that's due to age, whether that's due to just lack of athletic ability, they're going to protect that guy a little bit more because he's more vulnerable. However, with that being said, there's going to be football plays. There's going to be times that I
don't think they should be treated any different.
Well, you're probably right. They probably shouldn't be, but they are because it's penalties are opinion based. It's a human being making the call, and it's a judgment call. I mean, there's holding every play. There's probably pass interference every single play.
Yes.
You know, so it's all a judgment call. It's just based on whether I don't know how they judge it, but I would imagine it has something to do with the impact of the play.
Well, they claim it was they want to see the defender brace themselves on the ground and not using the quarterback,
not throwing their weight on him.
He was holding the ball.
Well, that's the difference. But to be fair, though, I don't know who made the call. If it was the head referee, the guy that's behind the quarterback, he can't see that because his back's to him. I don't know who made that call though, and I don't
know. They should be unemployed though.
If the guy that made the call was behind Mahomes and Chris Jones, and all he saw was big fat guy landing on $200 million quarterback.
I don't care where he was at,
or whatever Derek Carr, not Mahomes. I'm sorry, Derek Carr, whatever his contract is, but. He sees that he's going to throw the flag, but he didn't. I mean, I don't think. To be fair, I'm trying to play devil's advocate here because it's
fired.
And it's
fired.
It's egregious. It was I mean, when you're looking at it from the camera's perspective, it's not even close. Like it shouldn't have been a penalty, but that's a situation to where, I mean, penalties can't be overturned. You can't challenge a penalty. You can't challenge that judgment call. It was just a shitty situation. It was bad. It got to a point.
Gave the Raiders 3 free points.
Well, yeah, and honestly, it fucked up my my potential free ball bet of exact score. So I wasn't happy about it either.
It did make it impossible.
However, I think the bigger problem here is just how they're treating the quarterbacks in general. I remember it was you couldn't spear the quarterback. I remember that's where it first got started in the early 2000s. Like you could not like come around the end, lower your head, and just like try to decleat the quarterback. That's where it all started. Now we've gotten to a point where you can't throw the quarterback down in a violent way. You can't like hip toss the quarterback like a wrestling move. And now you can't land your body weight on a quarterback to where I mean, it's not trending in a fun direction for the viewer. That's for sure. And it's not trending in a fun direction for Vegas. There's a lot of people that it's going to cost. Like those 15-yard penalties are insane.
It's so stupid.
And they can change the outcome of the game depending on when it happens. So I think we both agree that it's a bullshit call. I'm not trying to say it wasn't a bullshit call. I'm just trying to at least be fair to what the referee saw from his angle. Regardless though, a line judge should have saw it and told the referee.
They should have been like, no, dude.
Like,
no.
Hey, it wasn't what you think it was. It was a fumble on the play. And they should have talked about it. But it didn't happen. Nonetheless, Troy fucking Aikman.
Troy Aikman went scorched earth on the NFL after that. For the rest of the half.
So I was actually editing our last podcast, so I didn't have the volume on, but I saw the play happen. I was watching it just on mute. And so I didn't hear what Aikman said. Of course, now it's all over the place. I mean, he's trying to be canceled by everybody that probably doesn't even watch football. So
yes.
So you're going to know more about what's happening there. I know. Loosely, his comment was something along the lines of, "This is a horrible call. They need to have a meeting. They need to figure out where that line in the sand is, and they need to put their." I think his comment was they need to take the dresses off, referring to stop being feminine and pansy-like with
the
quarterbacks and how they approach the penalties with roughing the passer. So, with that being said, I'll give it to you, and then I'll give you my opinion on it. So are you on the part of the woke side? Are you trying to cancel him, or are you completely okay with his sexist, anti-feminine remarks?
You're really leading that one, aren't you?
Well, I just want to hear what you got to say, man. I know
I'm good.
You're a progressive guy, right? I mean,
not even a little. No. I'm good with words are not offensive.
Right, but
say whatever you want to say.
So again, to play devil's advocate,
I would not cancel him. No.
So I don't think. Yeah. Well, all right. Let's take a step back. Let's not say whether he should be canceled or not.
Let's assume from what he said to take the dresses off. There was a woman playing quarterback for the Raiders at the time. Would she need protected more than Derek Carr does?
Have you ever seen the Lingerie Football League? Bro, they're not protected.
From other women. Have you
stood next to hold on. Have you seen some of these women, bro?
Yeah. Have you stood next to a NFL offensive lineman? Those guys are massive. Those guys would kill me.
Yeah, no, I mean they're big. They're big humans. They're gigantic human beings. They're like 6'6" and up, 300 pounds and up. They're just beef. It's just corn-fed beef.
Aikman's comment meant nothing, but they're not women. You don't need to protect them. They're not small. They're not frail. They're not tiny. Take the dresses off. Let them hit them.
So, all right. So, I don't think anybody should be upset with his comment. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, I mean, come on, guys. Like, Donald Trump on a bus with a hot mic said something about grabbing women by the pussy. Like, you can't say that, bro. Like, that's, I mean, even in a private setting, like without the hot mic, you just got to be aware of your surroundings. Like, that is something else, right? Like, you want to cancel something? All right, cancel that, whatever. Like, he fucked up and said some wild shit.
That's a dirty old man comment.
Right. Well, we're talking about sexism and stuff, right? It all falls under the umbrella. But when you're talking about a physical contact sport, you're talking about a very soft fucking penalty call. Him making that the way he worded it wasn't to discriminate against women or maybe feminine males. It was, this is a physical sport. These are strong guys. These are big guys. These are tough guys. And you can't expect them to be gentle. He probably could. All right. So to play devil's advocate, if you're Troy Aikman, again, he's a Hall of Famer, ex-football player. He's been in the huddles. He's been in the games. He's had 300-pound. Yeah, he's gotten laid out before.
Brains beat in.
Sure. So his perspective is different than the guy at home watch it, or someone's wife at home watching. With that being said, though, if you're an announcer on Monday Night Football, and who knows how much he's getting paid, a lot of money, don't you think you'd be super extra careful about, especially the fucking world we live in? Like, there has to be some sort of responsibility on the announcer. I mean, you're not going to hear Al Michaels say anything like that ever, right? You're not going to hear Tirico say anything like that ever. Like, they understand where that line is that you don't cross.
They all say stuff that
right. I mean, Chris Collinsworth, he says stupid. Yeah, he says stupid shit, and it's always the color guys that get in trouble because they're trying to add opinion to the game. And they're the gray area guys. The
Aikman's not Aikman and Collinsworth are analysts, not color guys.
Well, that's the color guy.
The non-football guy is the color guy.
What? No. You have two guys. You have a pair of guys, right? You have the play-by-play, and then you have the color. There's only two. We're not talking about the sideline reporters. It's just like, so you have what is it? Jim Nance, play-by-play. Tony Romo's the color guy. A guy that adds subjective comments. That the other one would be with what's his name? The college guy who does. He's with Al Michaels now.
Gus Johnson?
No.
Kurt Herbstreit.
Yeah, he's a color guy. Ex-quarterback. So,
I'll give you that.
So should he be canceled? Fucking no. It's ridiculous. Like, you're going from.
Listen, he was. It's not like that's the first thing he said. He was mad at what it's turning into, and he got mad and he got
emotional. Yeah, he got emotional and he let it slip.
He was not happy.
So with that being said, though, he's a professional. He's getting paid a shit ton of money.
A lot worse.
In the day and age we live in now. So let me just give you another example. We tried to get a couple of people on here, some women on here to give their opinion. They were not available for comment. I even tried, because once I knew we couldn't get the women on here, I tried to find the next best option, which is a male nurse. Some of our listeners might know who the male nurse is.
There's not a lot of them.
And this is a guy who says some wild shit in our little private chat we have. I mean, why you're talking about getting canceled, bro? He would have to move to fucking Cuba. He would be canceled from the United States immediately for some of the shit he said. Because it's just guys talking and we're just bullshitting around. However, what was his response to coming on here and giving his opinion about it?
He said he needed to keep his job for the next 10 years.
Right. So with that being said, I think that's a perfect take. I mean, he didn't even have to be here. But I think that statement alone says it all. If you're on national television, I don't care if you're Troy Aikman, I don't care who you are. If you're calling Monday Night Football, you have to be aware and conscious of the world we live in. We don't have to agree with it. I don't think there's many people that do agree with it. I don't think this should be even a divisive, controversial thing. He needs to come out and apologize, read a letter, go on Twitter, write something up, PR the hell out of this. But he doesn't need to be canceled. Like, that's ridiculous, dude. That's wild. And even to suggest that is wild. Like, I don't know. I don't think not even a little bit. I think they're on the professional side of things. I think for him, the accountability of the network, ESPN, or who does Monday Night Football? ABC? ESPN.
Super woke.
And then they're a woke network. They're a woke company. They're very liberal. I don't think he's going to get fired. Yeah, but I think that he's going to definitely come out with some sort of statement. It shouldn't cost him his job, though. What are people saying on Twitter? Are they like with pitchforks and
I haven't seen. I didn't look on Twitter. Facebook's more of a older crowd, so they're like the people that suggested that he was canceled got ratioed by older people who don't think he should be canceled.
Yeah, so this is...
I don't think he should say a word. Just pretend it didn't happen. Who cares?
You can't do that in this world, dude. You can't do that. He's going to have to say something, but because they're not going to stop. The woke people want... It's like a currency, dude. Like it's like fucking blood in the water, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the sharks are coming, dude. They're not going to just stop.
How many people get canceled is a
bonus? No, it's a badge of honor. Like, if they can get someone and honestly, like they're going to get off on the apology too. Like
they'll have that little girl that screams at the sky when she finds out Trump won. She'll come after him.
Oh God,
the meme girl.
But anyway, everybody's talking about it. It just happened literally yesterday. This is all very fresh, so obviously we needed to talk about it. I don't want to spend the entire show talking about it though, but I think the bigger picture, outside of his, harmless comment, and I say harmless not to offend anybody, but it's a harmless comment. Like, he didn't mean to offend anybody. Like, he was pissed, and he's a guy that played not too long ago and has seen the game change drastically.
He's also like, he's got to be close to 60 years old.
Who? Aikman?
No. He's got to be.
I would say he's more in the range of 50. He retired early, bro. He retired like in his early 30s.
He's 55. So
there you
we're
go.
In between.
He retired.
So he was raised in a time when men were raised to protect women.
Yeah, but I don't even think it's that deep, dude. It's not that deep. Like, he's just saying, you know what he wanted to say? He wanted to say they need to have a meeting and stop being a bunch of pussies. That's what he wanted to say. But he pulled it back and said, take off the dresses. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where that came from. Like, he 100% wanted to say, stop being pussies. Like, the word pussy wanted to come out of his mouth.
Well, that's essentially the same statement. Just
a little more friendly to the ears for the audience, right?
Yeah. Doesn't get the big fine from the SEC or the whatever it's called.
But nonetheless, it wasn't to offend anybody. And if you're offended, you're offended. Like, you can't make everybody happy.
Yeah. If you're offended, who cares? Go away.
Like, I'll be honest with you. And this is a nice little segue into it. But, like, the fucking Jacksonville Jaguars offend me. and
the Detroit Lions.
And the Detroit fucking Lions. Which, by the way, I'm assuming everybody in Detroit is now focused on the Red Wings.
Seems that way. I don't think they're any good either, though.
Oh, really? I don't know. Listen, I don't know the first thing about hockey. Ice melts in Florida. other than the fucking badass Iceman. But they play like
you've had a hockey team in like the finals the last 2 years.
Are you talking about the Panthers?
Whatever Tampa Bay is.
Oh, the Lightning, Tampa Lightning.
The Panthers, I think, are
Miami,
Carolina.
Well, you have the Florida Panthers, right?
Is that hockey? I don't know anything about hockey.
Dude, you're from up where lakes freeze and shit, bro. You can ice skate.
We just got a hockey team recently, and it's in Columbus.
Right in the middle of the state. Like, if you're going to live in Ohio, don't live in Columbus. Like, everything is far away from you. Like, what?
No, apparently there's a lot to do. I hate Columbus. I hate going there. It's so crowded.
It must be liberal.
There's so many people.
Is it liberal? That's probably why you hate it.
It's very liberal.
It's very progressive.
There's so many people. Like, driving in Columbus is a nightmare.
But the Jaguars, listen, dude. I've got. All right, so here's my problem with the Jaguars. First of all, every game that goes by, regardless of what happens, I'm falling in love with the coach. Love Doug Peterson. Things I like about Doug Peterson. He's like cool, calm, and collective on the sideline. Like, doesn't let a whole lot get to him. You don't see a lot of emotion out of him. He seems to be very focused on the game plan and what he's doing. He's not a hothead, which we've had in the past. I don't think anybody's seen him at the beach bars with his fucking hand down college girls' pants or anything like that, like our last coach. So he seems like a good guy. He won a Super Bowl too. So I like Doug Peterson. I think some of the play calls in certain situations, and I don't know if it's on Trevor. Because a lot of these quarterbacks will be given 2 plays.
Freedom. Yeah.
They're given multiple plays in the huddle and saying, hey, especially if it's like a 2-minute offense, like, this is what we're doing. Here's like a handful of plays or a couple of plays. Depending on what you see at the line of scrimmage, go one way or the other or audible out. So right. I don't know how much of that's happening. I don't know how much freedom he has, but I know that Doug Peterson is known as being an awesome play caller, and there has been a lot of really good plays. Now, there were a couple of, especially towards the end of the game, they kept throwing this flag route to the right side, which I'm assuming was the weak side of the defense, and they couldn't complete it. They literally, pardon me, they literally did it like 3 or 4 times in a row, and I'm just like, it reminded me of like that guy who's in desperation mode when you're playing him in Madden, and he's got like one play that he runs, and when he gets in desperation mode, he just runs this one play over and over and over again, you know? Back in the day, it used to be like a Hail Mary play. Like, you could do this flag route or this fly route.
Slant routes were unstoppable too.
Right.
You couldn't. There was no defense for a slant,
especially if you catch him in like a 4-3 defense or something where there's like 3 linebackers. Yeah. You just do slant, hurry up, and then by that time everybody's gassed out. And you just it's like a
and he wants to. He's like throwing his controller at the wall.
Right. So they started doing that at the end of the game. But the problem I see is Trevor. And I've had this argument with a couple of people. He's good one week, looks fucking amazing. Then the next week, it's like he forgot what he's doing. And I don't know exactly what's happening. I don't know if it's learning the offense. Because to be fair, in 3 years, he's had 3 different offenses. Senior year of college, rookie season, and this season. And I'm sure they're all 3 drastically different. So there's a little bit of credit there, but to be honest with you, they're paying him a lot of money to deal with that. Now he's not accurate, that's probably the biggest issue. He's floating at 62.4% completion rate.
Sounds like a Baker Mayfield.
To give you an idea, Carson Wentz is 62.9.
That's not good.
Davis Mills, 62.6.
What's Jacoby Brissett
64.
At?
But he's a backup.
He is a backup.
Jameis Winston, 63.
He's played like 8 snaps.
Right, 63.5. And maybe that isn't fair, but he had 4 touchdowns on 5 interceptions. So these are folks that he is in.
Well, Trevor Lawrence is like 11 fumbles in one game.
Yeah, that was a tough game for the fumbles. But I mean, his overall stats aren't horrible. I mean, he's got over 1,200 yards passing, which he's in the neighborhood of like Joe Burrow is at 1,300. Kyler Murray's at 1,241. Kirk Cousins is at 1,337. Derek Carr is at 1,279. But it comes down to his completion percentage. And I mean, he's got 8 touchdowns of four interceptions. But the problem is the 4 interceptions are coming in the crucial times of the game. Like 2 of those interceptions were at the very end, like week 1. He had like a minute left on the clock. It was second down, or it might have been third down, but they were going for it. It was a 4-down territory. And he just fucking threw like a Hail Mary at the end of the game, and he didn't need to do it. He did the same thing. Granted, this was a true Hail Mary on Sunday, but it was the worst duck you've ever seen. It looked like Tim Tebow threw it. And it seems like he loses composure. Like the really good quarterbacks, like tighten up on that final drive. Like if you're down by 2 points, you got 47 seconds on the clock and 2 timeouts. The best quarterbacks in the world thrive in that situation. They could have like an extremely shitty game, but it's almost like the field of vision narrows, focus narrows, everything gets quiet, and they figure out a way to get it done. Trevor Lawrence starts acting like a cat that you dropped in a bathtub in those situations.
Yeah.
Just spastic, starts freaking out, doesn't know what he's doing. He just looks lost. And that's what scares me, because I don't know how much of that is experience or how much of that is taught, how much of that you can learn on the practice field, or how much of that is just like the personality of the person. So I hate to be the guy that's saying, I'm not saying that he's not the answer here, but his inconsistency is a red flag for me. It's cool that he shows signs of being great, but it is equally not cool that he just shits the bed when we need him to be great. Like, we don't need him to be great in the first quarter. We need him to be great in the fourth quarter where there's 4 minutes left on the clock. Because the Jaguars are never going to outscore people by 3 touchdowns. That's not our team. There's going to be many, many times that he has to drive down and kick a field goal to win. Drive down, score that touchdown with no timeouts. Like that's going to have to be his style of play. And if that's not him, then, I mean, do they give up on him next year? Like, I don't know. Like, there's people in Jacksonville right now that are calling him like the Blaine Bortles. Like a mixture of Blaine Gabbert and Blake Bortles.
Oh.
I'm not going to say that. He's not there yet. Like he's got too much good stuff happening. But again, it's those crucial moments. Like there's 2 losses that are on his shoulders, and we can't fucking lose to the Houston Texans. We cannot give the Houston Texans the first fucking win of the season. You can't do that. Can't do that. And now, also on top of that, I'll say one more thing. Trayvon Walker. The entire reason why they scored 13 points and it wasn't just 6 points. And this is not an excuse for Trevor. Trevor, you got to, if we give up 13 points a game, you got to beat that, bro. You have to. So the game's still on you. However, in the fourth quarter, Trayvon Walker, for some fucking reason, it was 3rd down. It was like 3rd and 20. And Trayvon Walker got to the quarterback and threw him to the ground like the quarterback flew. Like, it was so obvious, like it was roughing the passer, but it wasn't like the play on like Chris Jones. It wasn't like that at all. Like, he literally grabbed the guy and just like yeeted him, like in anger. It was 3rd and 20. And it was like, I can't remember if it was an incomplete pass, but the play was over. Like, either way, it was going to be 4th down and they were going to punt the ball. And then all we had to do was drive down and kick a field goal. We win the game 9-6. But he fucking, for whatever reason in his mind, I don't know if it's because he hadn't got to the quarterback all game. He's a young guy. He's our rookie. He's the guy we took first round. but he literally yeeted the quarterback, which is that Davis Mills guy.
Yeah.
He flew like he was in a fucking F5 tornado. It was like, whee! And it's like, what the fuck are you doing? So it's on both of them. And because of that play, they get a first down, they drive down the field, and they score that touchdown and make it 13-6. And now you have to, like, and because of that, now you have to give the ball to Trevor, and we need a touchdown to fucking win, to tie. And we know Trevor is not good in that situation, you know, but if we're tied up and we just need to get 30 or 40 yards to get in field goal range and win, that's a different scenario for Trevor. So I guarantee the coaching staff was working their ass off this week. They're working their ass off right now. Jags are playing Indy this week on the road.
They can't lose that one.
Dude, it's going to be, bro, listen, I thought about doing it tonight. I almost brought out my bag from the Jaguars, but we're not there yet. If they lose to the fucking Colts, dude, I'm picking. I've got some money on this game. But I'm not picking the Jags. I'm doing the over under in the game because I just think they both suck so bad that it's impossible for either one of them to put up points. Now,
they're not great.
Now, with that being said, Detroit too, dude. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Did they even score points? I stopped fucking watching it, dude.
No.
They got shut out.
I lost my fantasy match this week by 4. Had Jared Goff at quarterback.
You had Goff in there?
Yeah, he hot garbage.
I'm pulling up the standings. The fucking Detroit, dude. Listen, I don't have any skin in the game with Detroit, other than they were part of my bet last week. So they have now scored 140 points, which was the same. So they got shut out. So now it's increased to 170. They've given up 170 fucking points. Like, I would be rioting in Detroit. What are they doing? They're tackle dummies on defense. Like, I feel like you could just like go find 20 guys off the street and not give up 170 fucking points.
Yeah. I mean, the Patriots threw out some guy named Zappy at quarterback. Beat him by 30.
What?
His last name was Zappy.
Dude.
It was like Zappe. He's their third string quarterback. I don't even know if he played in college. Belichick might have went and got him at Foot Locker and been like, hey, can you step back at quarterback real quick?
Bro, and what's crazy, what pick was it, dude? I don't even remember. Like, I had to forget about that fucking game. Hold on, let me look at my thing. Was it an over-under I had?
No, it was in your parlay.
It was in my fucking parlay, dude. So New England averages like 16 points a game. They can't score fucking points. Detroit averages 35 fucking points a game. They scored 0.
Oh, I'm aware. It's trash. He went to Zappy. He went to Bailey Zappy. He went to Western Kentucky. He was like, maybe he's the next Tony Romo.
Western Kentucky? They got a football team?
Tony Romo went to Eastern Illinois.
Western Kentucky?
Western Kentucky. Tore up the Lions defense. Torched them.
Is he from Kentucky? Does it say where he's from?
No, he's from Texas.
And he went to Western Kentucky? God damn.
It means he wasn't very good in Texas.
Well, just think about Kentucky. Like, I imagine if you're from that area.
Oh, no. He played for...
Was he a JUCO guy?
He only played a year at Western Kentucky. He played 4 years at... He redshirted the first year. Played 3 years at Houston Baptist.
Oh my God, bro. Houston Baptist?
He torched the Lions.
Bro, Detroit, listen, I'm sure there's some great people up in the fucking great state of Michigan.
The House Cats.
Pure Michigan. It's a beautiful state. Love your golf courses. I feel bad for y'all, dude. because the Lions have been so bad for so fucking long. But y'all got beat by a dude from, what was it, Houston Baptist?
How many great players' careers has the Lions run? Calvin Johnson.
Well, Barry Sanders retired at like 29 years old, dude. Imagine that, dude.
Stafford at least got out of there.
Wait, I'll tell you what. You don't bring in the fucking former tight end to be the head coach. And he wasn't even like a good he was a blocking tight end. He was a special teams tight end, bro. He was brought in on I formation goal line packages.
And all he's good at now is crying in press conferences.
I think his career total yardage is like 900 yards receiving. We're talking about a blocking tight end, dude. I don't know. Maybe Urban Meyer ends up there next year.
That would be wild.
Anyway, Detroit, listen, I feel for y'all, dude. I really do. But like, I can't trust them. I can't trust the fucking Lions. Anyway,
no.
I can't trust them. I can't trust the Jags right now either. And I can't fucking trust the Lions. 35 points you're averaging in a football game. You got fucking 0 against fucking New England, dude. 0. And some guy named fucking Zappo it fucking beat y'all from fucking Houston Baptist, bro. That sounds like a hospital. They don't even sound like a fucking college, dude. Like Houston, that's
not very good. Not very good.
And he was there for 4 years. And he moved. He transferred to Western Kentucky. Like that's where his big shot was. At Western Kentucky.
Yep. Actually, his big shot was in Detroit last week. He almost beat Green Bay, too. Took him to overtime.
Anyway, all right.
TBS is
I've been waiting.
Putting,
I've been waiting 3 days to get that shit off my chest. I feel better now. Jaguars, y'all need to figure your shit out. Detroit, I don't know what the fuck to say to y'all. Y'all need like an exorcism or something up there. I don't even know where to start. Like, I don't know how you go from averaging 35 points a game to fucking 0. And it's not like
pretty good.
It's not like the
quite the variance.
Well, it's not like the Patriots. I mean, the Patriots gave up 98 points in 4 weeks. That's 25 points a game.
Yes,
that's not good. Like that, they don't have a good defense.
It's not great.
Anyway, all right. Let's do. Let's see where we're at from last week. I know you goosed across the board. You came back to me. We had a double dip week. None of us hit anything in the golf. We talked about that in the last podcast. I hit on fucking Thursday though, baby, and that was the only winner for football. So where we stand overall?
I am down to plus 691, and you only lost 21 to 21. So you're down to minus 415.
So I had Indianapolis, Denver. I had under 32 points. I should have fucking went under. What was it?
You should have went under
20,
10
or whatever. Yeah, whatever it fucking was.
Trash.
So it was at plus 393. So I won that. And you say, what are the new totals again?
I'm at plus 691 and you're at minus 415.
How did I?
You lost money.
No, but how did I get to 415? What was I the week before that? You said it's $21. I was like 390 something.
Yeah, you were at 394.
I feel like I should be keeping track of this. I feel like you're the last person that needs to be the banker in Monopoly. You know what I mean?
If you say so.
There needs to be a check and balance happening here. But all right, we'll trust you. I feel like we got to 400 a little too fast. All right, new week. We got a double dip this week, so let's go ahead and knock out these NFL picks. All right, week 6, National Football League. I'll let you go ahead and go first. I hijacked the podcast there to yell at the Jaguars and the Lions, so I'll go ahead and let you. Oh, by the way, the Browns lost, so you got that going for you.
Yeah,
the whole coaching. You want the whole coaching staff.
Browns lost. The Indians just gifted the Yankees some runs, so it's a Cleveland thing.
Yeah. Okay. All right. NFL Week 6. What's your parlay look like?
I got the Bears, Bengals, and Cards at plus 467.
All right, who are they playing? I don't have any of that shit pulled up.
I don't remember. I don't have it pulled up.
You don't write that shit down?
I just wrote the teams that I picked. Hold up.
All right, so you got the Thursday night game, Washington at Chicago. You're taking Chicago.
Yes. I think that was the only underdog, and it was a very low underdog.
What was the?
It's Bears over.
That's
Redskins?
basically a coin. That's a coin flip game.
Bengals over the Saints.
Ooh.
And the Cardinals over Seattle.
Ooh. All right. And what is your? All right. So hold on a second. So the in these games are interesting. So just so everybody knows, Prog wanted me to give him my picks before we started the podcast. I don't know why. I think he was going to cheat, so I told him no. We would do it live on the podcast. So I had no idea what he was picking, and it's going to be really interesting. You'll see why here in a second. All right. So Cincinnati is a 2-point favorite, and you're taking Cincinnati over the Saints in New Orleans. And you're taking so Arizona's on the road in Seattle, and they're a 2.5-point favorite. So these are coin flip games. And your other game on Thursday night, by the way,
is a coin flip.
It's as close.
Like one.
Chicago's a 1-point favorite at home. All right, and what was the odds on that part?
Plus 467.
Plus 467. Not good odds on a 3-game parlay.
Not great, no.
All right. Normally, I would let you just go ahead and do everything, but I want to jump in right now because of how similar these are. So my parlay, I'm taking Minnesota over Miami. They're a 3-point favorite. I'm doubling down on Tua being out. Hey, by the way, last week you said you laughed at my fucking pick with the Jets over Miami. You laughed at it. They whipped their fucking ass, bro. Beat the shit out of them, dude. Unfortunately, I took Detroit and Jacksonville as winners too.
That's what you get for taking those 3 teams to all win in 1 week.
Anyway, Minnesota over Miami. Minnesota's a 3-point favorite. Yeah. I'm taking Cincinnati at New Orleans. I'm taking New Orleans. 2-point underdog. I like the underdog. I like the coin flip underdogs at home. So I'm doing the same fucking thing with Seattle. Arizona at Seattle. I'm taking Seattle. Seattle is a 2.5-point underdog at home. Seattle always plays tough at home. It's plus 660. Minnesota over Miami. New Orleans over Cincinnati. And Seattle over Arizona for plus 660. All right, go ahead. What's your alternate over-under?
San Francisco versus Atlanta under 34, plus 336.
That's under 34?
Under 34, plus 336.
You're going conservative, man.
Been shut out for 2 weeks. Need something to hit.
All right, and since we're doing flip flopping, I'm gonna bet on the Jags game. Jags.
Homer.
No. So I'm not picking the Jags. Fuck them. Like I thought about it. I thought about doing the free ball bet, the exact score in the Jags game, but I would have had to pick them to win, so I didn't touch it. Jags at the Colts, though. I don't think there's a fucking prayer in hell they score over 33 points. I got under 33 for plus 302. That might be a 6-9 game right there. I probably should have done under 30, but I didn't want to get crazy.
Another doozy on a Thursday night.
All right, what's your free ball look like?
I got Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes combined 600 plus pass yards and 7 plus touchdowns, plus 450.
That's wild. Okay, so just to recap this, because the Bills are playing the Chiefs. By the way, game of the week.
And it's no. Well, it's close.
Who do you think the game of the week is?
5-0 Philly.
Oh, fuck!
4-1
No one cares about Dallas, bro. No one cares.
Nobody's gonna get to see the Bills and Chiefs.
The Bills and Chiefs is the game of the week. No one gives a fuck about Cooper Rush. The Eagles are going to beat the shit out of the Cowgirls, bro. Beat the shit out of them.
Dak's supposed to be
By
back
the way,
this week.
quoting Casey, I looked for a quote on the whole womanizing thing. Was not able to get that, but she did say, fuck the Cowboys. And she just sent me a message and said she fell asleep. She's old. All right. Josh Allen and Mahomes in the Bills and the Chiefs game. Together, they have to be over 600 yards passing. Mm-hmm. Or is that total yards?
Passing
yards. And they have to both have a combined, in addition to the 600 yards, combined passing yards, they have to have a combined total of 7 touchdowns. Now, is that 7 passing touchdowns or is that 7 total touchdowns?
No, it's total touchdowns.
All right. So if they
can be passing or running,
if they have total 7 touchdowns, but they only come up with 599 yards, it doesn't pay out, right? It has to, it's all or nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. Wild, bro. Wild. I can't believe they're only getting 450 for that. Something to look for. We'll see. I think that's going to be a game where there's going to be some points scored, though. I think both teams are going to be in the 30s. So there's going to be touchdowns.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, and that's plus 450. So my free ball bet, and again, I'm only doing exact scores from here on out, bro. I'm throwing Hail Marys on these free ball bets, bro. So one day I'm going to fucking hit this thing. I'm going to go from 0 to fucking hero, and it's going to be like a SpaceX fucking rocket launch. And I'm just going to be waving at you down there. It could be this week. Chargers, Broncos, Monday Night Football. Chargers win the football game with 20 points. The Broncos score 17. 20-17, Chargers over the Broncos. Exact score, plus 7,000. Suck a dick. Plus 7,000. That's the good night. Tip your bartenders. Game over. We'll see. 2017. I'm kind of nervous by even giving the Broncos 17 points. I don't know if they can do it.
Good luck with that.
But I think the game's going to be close. I don't think it's going to be like a runaway. So we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. Chargers over the Broncos, 2017 plus 7,000. All right, cool. Is there anything else you got with the NFL? I know I kind of hijacked the podcast during that time, but I had a lot to say. Is there anything you got before we move to the LIV picks in Jeddah?
No. Tito leaving pitchers in too long.
Say what? Are you watching the game?
Yeah.
No one cares about baseball, bro. I mean, there's probably some people that do.
Well, everybody hates the Yankees.
Just like the Cowboys.
Oh, they're worse.
All right. Big weekend in the golf world. Which, by the way, had a couple of figure we'll say this before we do the LIV picks and get out of here. We lost a couple of people. I don't know if it was today or in the last couple of days. Murder, She Wrote. Oh, God, my phone just froze. What's her name? Angela?
I have no idea.
Literally, my phone is just frozen right now. It's on Snapchat and frozen. Got nothing on this right now. Angela, look, I put it in the chat. The Murder, She Wrote lady passed away today, which is wild because I thought she had already passed, but she was 96 years old. I loved Murder, She Wrote. Murder, She Wrote was one of those shows that came on TV like when you were sick or you were skipping school in middle school. Like there wasn't much on TV, but Murder, She Wrote was always on.
I heard it was Casey's favorite show.
I think so. Well, she's like 45 years old, dude. She's going to be pissed. She's not 45. Just kidding. Psych. Did you find it, Angela?
No, I wasn't looking.
What were you doing? That's what I was waiting for, dude. I don't care
what her name is. I've never seen that show.
Jeez,
dude, if I was staying home if I wasn't at school or doing school,
Angela Lansbury,
I was not watching
I'm sitting here watching you on your phone thinking you're fucking Googling. Look, my phone just like randomly shut off. Look at this. This is what happens when you have it just came back on again. This is what happens when you have a fucking iPhone X and there's an iPhone 14 out. Like Apple starts shutting your shit down. Refuse to fucking upgrade. And anyway, Angela Lansbury passed away today, 96 years old. The Murder, She Wrote lady. She was also like the pot of tea or something like that in the that Disney. What are you doing right now, bro? Are you watching the fucking Indians game? I'm sitting here like
the Indian.
I'm literally fucking this lady. Rest in peace moment. We're about to do a moment of silence. Or what are you doing over there, dude?
I'm gonna be good at the silent part.
Anyway, Angela Lansbury passed away today. 96 years old. Rest in peace. Let's give a moment of silence for Angela. Also, Greg Norman's father passed away. So let's just go ahead and recognize
Greg Norman's father. Is he going to be in Jeddah still?
He'll probably still be there. I don't know. I mean, he's got obligations. You know what I mean? Like he's got contracts.
Yeah, like he didn't want to get the bones off.
Let's give a moment of silence for the passing of Greg Norman's father and Angela Lansbury. All right, I can't believe Proke's laughing during the moment of silence. It's wild, dude. Wild shit. All right. LIV is playing in Saudi fucking Arabia this week. The homeland. I was born there. I'm American. I was born.
They're playing in King Abdullah Economic City.
Say what? That's not what. Is that really where they're? Listen, don't joke around. Do you have information on the golf course?
Royal Greens Golf and Country Club is located in King Abdullah Economic City, outside of Jeddah.
All right,
it's right on the Red Sea. The place is terrible.
This is probably near where I was born. Are you looking at it on a map?
No.
So I was born.
Looking on LIV's website.
Complete transparency. I was born in Dhahran, Saudi Arabia. Go ahead. Let's hear about the golf course. You got any information on the golf course?
I don't know who designed it, but they've played there for several years in the Saudi Invitational. It's terrible. And the green, they always have to redo the bunkers after Sergio shows up and loses his mind in them. Sergio does not like this golf course. Let's put it that way.
Fun fact. This is my Saudi birth certificate. Someone wrote in my name with a pencil up here. That's my name in Arabic, I think. Actually, I don't know what the fuck that says, but it's supposed to be my name. This is a real...
Is your social security number on there?
Oh, shit. Is it? Fuck. It probably is in Arabic. Fuck. Anyway, so the whoever this guy is signed off on it. Saeed Sabti. Anyway, legit birth certificate from Saudi Arabia. Born in Dhahran, Saudi Arabia, which is on the Red Sea. Anyway, fun fact. So I'm excited about this golf course. I'm excited about this golf tournament. This is the homeland. All right.
I think they've played there 3 years. 2 years was part of the European tour, and then it was an independent event.
So they've played at this golf course before. There's going to be guys that
they played there spring.
Yeah. So the guys know the golf course. Some of them do.
Harold Varner, the third one this spring.
All right. So what kind of, I mean, that tells a lot right there, but what kind of, like, do we know the length of the golf course? Like, what do we know about the golf course? What's the inside scoop? Do we know who designed it?
No, I don't know anything about it. I don't really want to know anything. It's probably Jack Nicklaus. He's building another one out there. This could be him.
Isn't it wild that he has so much stuff to say about LIV, but he's building courses on the side? I mean, it's crazy, dude. The hypocrisy on the PGA Tour is wild, bro. I don't want to get into it, though. I don't want to get into it. That's a whole other podcast. I'm just saying it's fucking the hypocrisy.
Jack Nicklaus isn't designing the golf. Jack Nicklaus is not going to Saudi Arabia.
Okay. Whatever you say. He's been.
It's kind of like
he's been to Saudi Arabia.
It's kind of like Donald Ross designing Palatka on a napkin in a restaurant in New York,
right? But the difference,
shipping it to Florida.
The difference is Jack Nicklaus is cashing them Saudi checks, though. That's for damn sure, and that's all that matters. Anyway, we're not doing it. We're not going in there. It's a trap.
Well, I think that's why Jack Nicklaus design firm is suing Jack Nicklaus, the human.
That's a whole nother. I don't even know anything about that, dude, to be honest with you. All right, let's do the LIV picks and we'll get the hell out of here. I'm going to do mine first. So that way you can't cheat. And I think I've got, I like my picks.
I think that's the opposite of how it works, but okay.
Oh, it is the opposite of how it works. All right, you go first then. You go first. What's your top 10?
Nope. Go ahead.
You sure? All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
You don't have the ball. Listen, you don't have.
I took some softball, like layups.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. Like none of these are layups. Maybe one of them. All right, so
all of them, like 2 of my picks won there before.
So you're taking Harold Varner, the third. That's going to be one of them. Fucking weak. All right, my top 10 for 10-1 plus 1,000. Piat. Riding the horse, bro. He finished in the top 10 this past week. He's playing great. He made some money. He's flying on that fucking private jet with Mickelson. I think that was him. He's on Team Mickelson,
isn't
he?
Even know what he looks like.
I don't know what he looks like. I just saw a guy that I didn't recognize. I was like, I think that's Piat. He looked happy.
It might have been Tringali.
Tringali was sitting next to Mickelson in the picture, but there was another guy like on the other side of the row.
Might have been their caddy.
It could have been. It could have been the caddy.
Could have been the caddy.
Nonetheless, we're going with Piat. We're going to ride that fucking horse till he bucks us. Let's go, baby. 10-1, top 10, Piat. What's his first name? Is it James?
James, I think.
James? Yeah. Sounds about right. All right. Top 5. And I couldn't believe the odds on this. No love for my man, Eugenio Shakara. Top 5. He just fucking won. And they're giving him 12-1. Top 5 plus 1,200. I'll fucking take it. And my winner, who played great last week, and he's on the verge of knocking the fucking door down. And if anybody's going to win in Saudi fucking Arabia, it's going to be my boy Patrick Reed, Captain America. 20-1 plus 2,000. Reed to win. So top 10, Piat, 10-1. Top 5, Shakara, 12-1. And Captain America, Patrick Reed, 20-1 as the winner.
You have significantly better odds than I do.
Dude, listen, if I have a hot week this week, you are fucked. You are so fucked. All right, let's hear what you got.
Top 10, playing great. Richard Bland, plus 375.
Ugly. Plus 375, dude. What?
I think he's been close to top 10 the last like 3 events.
I think he finished top 10 last event.
He did. He was like 3rd or 4th. Top 5, one here in February, I believe it is. HV3 plus 375.
And for those that don't know the acronym, that's Harold Varner the third. What is it? Plus what?
$375.
Ugly, bro. Ugly.
Won here twice out of the 3 times the event was held. Dustin Johnson.
Oh my
Plus
God.
550.
He didn't play good last week. He's got so much money right now. Like, I don't think he gives a fuck, dude. He's about to get, didn't he just get like another 18 million for like player of the year or something?
Yeah.
Dude, he don't give a fuck, bro. He was in Thailand with a bunch of Thai hookers, probably, dude. He finished like,
he was.
I don't even know if he was top 30 last week, bro. Zero fucks.
Was he there?
He was there.
He was there to collect the 18 million.
Bro, wild. Like, the worst pick in the world is Dustin Johnson to win this fucking tournament, bro. He don't give a shit, bro.
Does he ever, though?
Yeah,
he's just got so much talent. He just shows up and wins.
But he wasn't born with it. He had to work hard to get to where he's at now. He's kind of coasting right now. But I mean, to be honest with you, though, a lot of the big names didn't play good last week, and it left the door open for the Piats of the world, the Blands of the world, and they showed up and played well. Like Chucky 3 Sticks was up there.
Well, they were the big names were out hanging out with the Thai caddies.
Oh yeah. Which, by the way, that's like the whole reason why you go to fucking Thailand. You either go out there to like be a hippie and like live in a tree. And like eat raisins or like don't wear shoes, like something Stacy would do, you know, or you go out there to hang out with the fucking Thai caddies that are out there.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you got Bland top 10 plus 375, Varner the third plus 375 for a top 5, and then you got Dustin Johnson winning for plus 550. Horrible, dude. What do you even make on 375? It's not even a full tank of gas, I don't think.
Probably not. It's about what you won off of the Denver bet.
$75.
Yeah.
All right.
Same as you get out of Denver.
And to wrap up the show here.
But I could easily hit all 3.
No, you can't.
The odds of you hitting 1 are quite low.
No, bro. I 2 of my guys were in the top 10 last week. No, 3 of my guys were in the
good players were.
All 3 of my guys were in the top 10 last week, dude. All 3 of them.
That's because all the good players are with the Thai hookers.
No, we don't know that, dude.
It's confirmed.
We just know Dustin Johnson was probably out there with the Thai hookers. That's all right. So to wrap this up, let's do a top 5 city count again. We haven't done this in a few episodes. All right, top 5 cities with downloads of the podcast, which, by the way, this is on video now. If you're listening on Spotify, if you're listening on Apple, iHeartRadio, Amazon, you can go to YouTube and watch it on YouTube, our YouTube channel. So just FYI, just a reminder. This will be the second episode 33, that is on YouTube. Episode 32 is on there right now. Okay.
And it did all right. It did pretty good today.
Yeah, so far so good. I mean, we'll see what happens. It's just I think it's fun to have the video because I think some people like to listen to the podcast like me. I like to listen to the podcast when I'm driving. I like to listen to podcasts when I'm I like to hike on trails and stuff. So I love to listen to podcasts when I'm doing that. And I can't like watch video when I'm driving or when I'm exercising or what have you. So, but if I'm at the house chilling or if I'm eating dinner or something, I might want to pop on the podcast for 20, 30 minutes just to see what the fuck's going on. So it's just it's another way to digest the content, so to speak. But let's do a top 5 cities. We haven't done this in a while. Things have been shooken up a little bit, I think, but not really. I'm looking at it now. It's pretty much the same. So number 1, Jacksonville, Florida. They've got a massive lead. No one's going to catch Jacksonville, I don't think. Hometown here. Big following. Jack's Mafia. Number 2, Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Chattanooga.
Shout out Birdman. Birdman is obsessed with how beautiful I am. He
does love your hair.
He loves my fucking hair. Number 3, Ocala, Florida.
Shout out Tim Hunt. He was on the show.
Marion County, Ocala, Florida. Tim Hunt was on the show a few episodes back. I don't know what episode it was on top of my head, but we talked about training aids. He's a speed stick guy, or is it stack system?
Stack system for old Timmy.
Number 4, God bless America. Our boys out in Boardman, our boys in the Air Force out there in Boardman. Shout out to you guys.
Oregon.
Thank you for what you do to our country. Drop some bombs. If you can, if anybody's out in Boardman, you are dropping ordnance out there. Is there a way we can get like a picture of Proke on one of the bombs and then just take a screenshot of it and drop that son of a bitch out there? That'd be fucking awesome. We'll put that as our artwork if we can get that done. Or just his name, Joshua Proke, right? Can we like Sharpie that on one of the bombs before we drop it? That'd be great.
Send it to Vlad.
They're number 4. And number 5, rounding out the top 5, is San Jose, California.
Oh, what happened to Beirut?
You're talking about Brussels?
Not Beirut.
Brussels is there. I mean, Brussels, we've just been, we've been, there's been some folks picking up in those cities. Washington is a honorable mention. And Brussels is right behind Washington. But they're kind of separating themselves a little bit. Our boys out in Brussels, we got to spread the word a little bit. We got to get more people involved. I don't know how to reach people in Brussels. I got to be honest with you. We're blowing up on YouTube. YouTube video. I just got a message from Pro. YouTube video is on fire right now. So check out the YouTube. If you're on
the video one.
If you're online, like most people have a social media account, you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram. The handle's the same. It's at Clubhouse VIP POD, Clubhouse VIP Pod. If you're on Spotify, Apple, what have you, please give us a follow. If there's a little bell that you can click, a notification bell, click that. That way you get a notification every single time the podcast is dropped. And if you're able to give us a review or if you're able to give us a star rating, please hook us up. All that stuff matters. And we would greatly appreciate it if you take 5 seconds of the time to help us out. We're a young podcast, 33 episodes in, and we're still trying to figure this shit out. So any help on that regard would be much appreciated. Then obviously follow us on YouTube. You just got to search for Clubhouse VIP and you'll find our YouTube channel. Subscribe. And we're slowly going to start bringing out content. I've told Proke we need content for the YouTube channel. I'm playing golf this weekend with a friend of mine, and I'm probably going to record some content. So we'll have some other content coming on the YouTube channel that's outside of just the podcast itself. So follow us on the podcast platforms and give us a subscribe on the YouTube platform, and you'll get notified with some new videos when they come out. That's all I got, man. You got anything else?
No, sir.
Closet's looking good. I see you added a couple of things over your left shoulder. No, is that your left shoulder? You don't even know which way is left or right, dude.
I don't know how you're looking at it.
So over your shoulder with your watch.
No, I just moved Tony over so you could admire him more.
It's literally one of the.
He just qualified for the US4 ball.
One of the ugliest jerseys I've ever seen in my life. What do you got on the top rack up there? You're moving shit into the. What do you got over your left shoulder on the top shelf up there? Are those hats?
Those are just hats.
No, on the other one, the other side.
Those are just like paperwork.
Oh. Okay. All right.
I only have so much storage. We couldn't hide it all.
Listen, Proke also needs to get a ring light. I told him he needs to get a ring light and maybe some like mood lighting. Some colored lighting, some red lights, blue lights, pink.
Blinky lights.
So, so maybe next video we'll have some interesting lighting in Proke's closet, live from the closet. Other than that, all right, guys. We'll see how NFL does this week. We'll see how LIV does in Jeddah. And we will see you guys. It'll be about 4 or 5 days. So, adios. Have a good one, bro.